Jai Shri Ram. Namaste. How's my new hat? Eh? So Hinduism gives you the freedom to wear different hats. Eh? Hinduism is the only open source religion. Ano bhadra kratavo yantu vishvataha. Let noble thoughts come from everywhere. That is what Hinduism teaches you. In other words, the Vedas, the Rishis, they say, Ano Bhadra Krato Yantu Vishwataha, which means let noble thoughts come from everywhere, which means we are eclectic, ECLE, eclectic, TIC. Eclectic means selecting from a wide range of sources. That means not narrow minded, not partisan, not parochial. PARTISAN, partisan, parochial politics, PAROCHIEL. Parochial, partisan both mean narrow minded, loyal to a particular group. Hinduism teaches you to be open minded. If anybody has a good idea, better idea, we'll be the first person to embrace that. But we are also good at critical thinking. So if your idea, whether it is good or not, I'm going to subject you to a lot of questions. And you should have the courage to face them. And if I find that your idea is very good and better than mine, I'll be the first person to subscribe to it. That is the psyche of the Hindu. Okay. Now I'll tell you the story from Mahabharata. The story is actually a story narrated by Vidura to Dhritarashtra. You know, Dhritarashtra is the father of all the Kauravas. And uh, on the 10th day after Bhishmacharya fell, Sanjaya came back from the battlefield to explain the situation. And that night, Dhritarashtra was not able to sleep because he was worried. Up till now, he was banking on the ability of Bhishma to defeat the Pandavas. But now Bhishma is dead. Of course, he's not dead. He's still lying on the Astra Shayana. For 58 days, he was lying on the bed of arrows. Okay. So now Dhritarashtra was unable to sleep because uh, if Bhishma is so powerful, Bhishma defeated even Parashurama. And if Bhishma is down, what's going to happen? Of course, Karna is there. But then he was not able to sleep. So he asked somebody to call Vidura, his younger brother, who's known as a wise man, probably the wisest man, who should have been the king actually. So anyway, Vidura came. Vidura had already warned Dhritarashtra several times not to indulge in all these dirty politics. Vidura warned him against all these Machiavellian, policies. MACHI, Machia, MACHI, Machia, IAVELLIAN. Machiavellian means extremely power hungry and totally unscrupulous. That means very dishonest, cunning, and they will do anything to hold on to power. Like most of our politicians today. Most of them are like that. Very cunning, very dishonest, very dangerous, and kursi ko nahi chhodenge. That is called Machiavellianism, Machiavellian politics. Extremely dirty. So Vidura warned, but now this man was never listening. Now what's the point in saying the same thing again and again? So instead of telling him something, Dhritarashtra hoped that Vidura will tell him some nice things and so that he can sleep. Vidura realized it's pointless. भैंस के सामने बीन बजाने में क्या मजा है? भैंस के सामने बीन बजाना ये लाभ हम. So he said, okay, I will tell this fellow some story. So he told him a story. The story is like this. There was a man whose house was on the other side of a forest. This man went on some job to some distant place. He finished his work by evening and he had to return. And in between was a forest, a dense forest. He thought that if he can run fast or walk fast, brisk walk, he will be able to reach home. But now you would have guessed the story. After he walked for about an hour or two, it became very pitch dark. Now he is caught. So he started running fast. And as he started running fast, he could hear the sounds of several wild animals. And he turned around and he saw there is a tiger crawling prowling, Prowl. Prowl means walk stealthily with the intention of hunting. So there is a tiger that was prowling behind him. Then he started running faster, the tiger started running. So the man started running faster and faster, and finally he hit something and he tripped and fell into a pit. He didn't fall right to the bottom. His legs got tangled in some roots. It's a dense forest. And he fell headlong. Head was down. His legs were caught up in the roots of some trees. And he was hanging like that. And he was actually pendulous. Pendulous. Suspended. Head down. Like the, gong of a pendulum. Like a pendulum. And it was a huge pit. The man was now hanging. He looked up, there is a tiger looking down at him. And he looked down, and it's a big pit. There's a tiger at the bottom looking up. Now he's caught between two tigers. And because of all the commotion, hurly-burly, the hurly-burly, Hurly, Burly. Hurly-burly means hectic life, a lot of busy, people are busy, hectic lifestyle. So hurly-burly, lot of commotion. And because of all this hurly-burly, a nest of vipers got disturbed. So many snakes came up and they were hissing. And because of this disturbance, there was a huge beehive that got disturbed, and all the bees came out. They were all terribly angry. Who's this fellow who is disturbing the peace of the neighborhood? So all the bees were swarming, buzzing around. Buzz, buzz. Now, because the beehive got disturbed, some honey started dripping from the hive, and it fell on the roots, and on the roots that were, got twined around the man's legs. Now, many ants, red ants, white ants, black ants, all kinds of ants are fond of honey. So they came, and now they started gnawing the roots. Gnaw. G is silent. Gnaw means nibble. Nibble. Corrode. Dolichedam. वो जो चींटियां हैं वो खाने लगे, और ये हनी के चक्कर में वो जो खाने लगे तो रूट्स को भी खाने लगे. That means the ants wanted to eat the honey, and they were gnawing, they corroding the roots. And in between, some rats also came. See, Vidura is adding a lot of masala to the story. You will understand why I'm laughing like this now. So many white rats came, black rats came. Why white and black rats? Later you will understand. So all these rats were also busy. They were all interested in the honey. And suddenly you can see the situation. Can you visualize the situation? Tiger on top, tiger below. Lot of snakes are buzzing, and the bees are buzzing. The snakes are hissing, and the ants are busy. The rats are busy. Now this is a dangerous situation, extremely precarious situation, extremely precarious plight, predicament, Predicament, misfortune, unfortunate situation. At this point of time, the man who was hanging down with his head and his hands were flailing like that, he suddenly noticed something sticky on his palms. He noticed it was the honey. A little light was there. And he smelled it. It was smelling very nice, forest honey has a fragrance, great fragrance. So he licked it. And he said, wow, so sweet and tasty. The story is over. Dhritarashtra is wondering. You are also wondering. Hey, come on. What happened? What happened? Tell me what happened next. Vidura said the story is over. The story is over. Dhritarashtra is wondering, what is the story? I mean, how did the story end? Vidura didn't have the courage to say anything further. Of course, later after Vidura left, Sanat Sujata, another rishi, came, and he delivered a great talk on philosophy that is called Sanat Sujatiyam, That's a very wonderful book of wisdom, just like the Bhagavad Gita. So Sanata Sujatiyam was the next. Of course, the story ended there. Because Vidura was fed up. He were already told this fellow enough number of times not to indulge in adharma because Krishna will not spare you. But still he was hoping that Bhishma will defeat them or Karna will do something. Somehow my sons will become victorious. In spite of having committed so many crimes, this old man Dhritarashtra. Now the word Dhritarashtra basically means one who is trying to occupy the kingdom. Like people do land grabbing, this man was grabbing the nation. He is an usurper, grand usurper. USURPER. And so he wanted to uh, stage a coup and oust Yudhishthira and install his son Dhritarashtra, the Duryodhana, on the throne. Now this story is very interesting because it is deeply metaphorical. The man in the story is you and me. In fact, Vidura was indirectly telling Dhritarashtra that you are that man. And the tiger on top, the tiger below represent all the big major problems in our lives. And the snakes represents other kinds of problems. Or in fact, the snakes are our so-called friends who are actually not friends. They will hiss and bite you. You know, Henry Ford once defined a friend as a person who brings out the best in me. Ask yourself, are your friends bringing out the best in you? Or are they bringing out the worst in you? And you are your best friend and you are your worst enemy. That's what Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita. Uddhared atman atmanam atmanam avasadayet atmaiva hyatmano bandhu atmaiva ripuratmanaha. And Krishna is our best friend. If you study Gita and understand Gita philosophy, Krishna Tattva, then you will improve as a person and you will become successful and you will earn a lot of money too. Right? So, how will you earn? Because once you acquire a certain level of excellence in everything that you do, Bhagavad Gita, Krishna teaches you to self-actualize, achieve everything that you can achieve in your life. So these snakes are your friends, and the honeybees are other acquaintances who are distractions, relatives who will distract you and they will sting you. They are jealous of you. If you become a little prosperous, they will be jealous. They will backbite. They are not your well-wishers. And these ants, all kinds of people who are out to exploit you. And in this situation, the tiger on top, the tiger on below are the major problems in your life. In this situation, what is this idiot doing? He is tasting the honey and saying, wow, it's beautiful. That honey represents all the distractions that you are getting addicted to and which you think will solve your problems. No, they will not. People take to drinking, smoking, beer, breezer, alcohol. Some people start gambling. Some people keep gossiping or waste time on social media. They will watch TV serials or movies. They will say, I am the fan of so and so, some idiot, bigger idiot. I don't want to name them. So I am joining this fan club. These are all escapism. You're trying to escape from the problems. Your task right now, that man, what he has to do in this situation is to find a way to escape. Instead of trying to escape, the rats and ants are gnawing at the root. That means any minute the root will snap and he will fall. So he will become the prey, the food of the tiger below. Or the snakes will bite. In this point, he should be thinking about ways to escape. And instead of trying to find a way to escape, this idiot is actually licking the honey and enjoying it and saying it's nice. So we are also doing the same thing. Watching movies, going to birthday parties, going to marriages. Arey Baba. Let others do that. You be totally dedicated to something great, some great objective in life. Completely be dedicated. Then you will become like Arjuna and you will achieve success. By the time you are 25, you should be a champion in some area. And so this is exactly, Vidura was trying to tell Dhritarashtra that you are in such a precarious condition, you are going to die any minute and you are still licking the honey and thinking that somehow something will happen, Karna will do something. You bloody idiot. You will be doomed and destroyed. So that is the message from that story. So don't be distracted. Don't waste time on social media. Spend 1 hour. uh, Read a few important, useful things. Keep doing your work. Specialize in something. In fact, make YouTube videos also, because what is expressed is impressed. Docendo decimus is a Latin quote. We learn best by teaching. Right now, I know these videos, not many people may like it, but it doesn't matter. I'm training myself, and someday I hope to be a world level teacher. With your blessings and your support, my dream will come true. Jai Shri Ram. I hope you enjoyed the story. Please subscribe to my channel and also forward my channel. Let them all listen to these stories and let us establish the Rama Rajya someday. Jai Shri Ram.